We live in an era of unprecedented human movement, right? Megacities are rising, populations are shifting, and we constantly find ourselves navigating these bustling, densely crowded environments. Have you ever struggled to find the exact right word to describe that specific type of intense, overwhelming urban density? Well, today we're exploring a powerful describing word that perfectly captures those energetic spaces. You probably hear it on the news all the time, but it's also a word that traps a lot of native speakers into a really common linguistic mistake, which we'll untangle a bit later. So let's dive into the fascinating world of human density and master the vocabulary that defines it.
I want you to picture this. Imagine a city so incredibly packed that the sidewalks are literally shoulder to shoulder. Everywhere you look, there's movement, noise, and this towering architectural density that's designed to house millions of lives stacked right on top of each other. You head down into the subway and the trains, they are completely full, packed tight with commuters from the very first morning light all the way through to the dead of night. It's like this massive symphony of overlapping conversations, the constant hum of traffic, and a really specific kind of overwhelming, shared human energy. We aren't just talking about a busy Saturday afternoon here. We're talking about a permanent, pulsating state of bustling coexistence.
So meet today's word, populous. It's a three-syllable word, pronounced populous, and it carries a whole lot of linguistic weight. It serves as an adjective, basically a describing word, specifically used to detail a place that boasts a massive, highly dense population. If a location is just incredibly crowded with people day in and day out, this is absolutely the adjective you want to reach for. Its origins actually trace back to the Latin word populosus, meaning full of people, which comes from populus, or people. It's kind of fascinating how a concept from ancient Rome still perfectly describes our modern concrete jungles, isn't it? When you use this word, you're literally connecting to thousands of years of human history trying to describe the sheer scale of civilization.
Now here's the crucial point. The absolute core concept you need to lock in is that this word focuses on people actually living there. It is fundamentally all about the volume of permanent residents existing within one defined space. Let's paint a picture to make this super clear. Imagine a massive outdoor music festival, right? Or a colossal stadium concert holding 100,000 screaming fans. For that one night, sure, the stadium is incredibly crowded. But if that stadium sits in a quiet rural town that only has 5,000 permanent residents, you absolutely would not call that town populous. A transient crowd does not make a place populous. Daily residential density does. The more heavily inhabited a place is, the more populous it becomes.
Okay, let's talk about the word's family tree, its morphological family. Understanding this gives you the tools to use it dynamically in totally different sentence structures, so you aren't just stuck using it as a standard adjective. You can easily shift it to describe an action by using the adverb form, populously, or you can refer to the actual state of being crowded by using the noun form, populousness. To see this in action, imagine reading a sociology report detailing the staggering populousness of modern Asian megacities, or maybe a historical account describing how a fertile river valley was populously settled by early agricultural pioneers. Having these variations in your back pocket really elevates your vocabulary and lets you express the exact nuance of human density you're going for.
Let's anchor this in the real world with some truly staggering examples. Think of Tokyo. It stands as one of the world's most populous cities, and the scale is just mind-blowing. The Greater Tokyo metropolitan area is so densely packed that it actually holds more residents than the entire massive country of Canada. Just let that sink in for a second. Or we can zoom out to a global scale with China and India, the two most populous countries on Earth, each home to well over 1 billion people. But you know, this concept isn't reserved exclusively for global giants. Imagine a quiet, isolated farming village that suddenly becomes the hub for a booming tech industry. Over just 30 years, that sleepy village rapidly expands, draws in workers and families, and transforms into a bustling, highly populous town. The word scales perfectly with the reality of human migration.
All right, now we arrive at a very common linguistic trap. Do not, and I mean do not, mix up a populous city with a popular city. They sound incredibly similar, and they actually share the exact same root origin, but their modern meanings are entirely distinct. Populous strictly means full of people. It has a massive number of permanent residents. On the flip side, popular simply means well-liked. It has many fans. A city can be incredibly popular for tourists, but if no one actually lives there year-round, it is not populous. Think of a massive theme park. It might be the most popular vacation destination in the state, drawing millions of visitors a year, but it would be a terrible place to look for a populous residential neighborhood. So, many residents versus many fans, that is the vital distinction you want to lock in.
You know, if you really want to cement the true meaning of a word, it often helps to look at its direct opposites. Think back to that vivid imagery we talked about earlier, the packed subway trains and the shoulder-to-shoulder sidewalks. Well, the absolute inverse of that vibrant, overwhelming energy is a place that is desolate, and lonely. Imagine wandering through an abandoned ghost town out in the American West, a place that perhaps a century ago was a highly populous mining hub, teeming with workers and families, but now it sits completely empty. The wind howls through the silent streets. No crowds, no dense population, just a stark, quiet emptiness. Contrasting the chaotic energy of a populous metropolis with the haunting quiet of a desolate landscape really highlights the vibrant nature of our target word.
To wrap things up today, I want to leave you with a thought about the future of our planet. As our world continues to urbanize at this unprecedented rate, what will the concept of populous look like 50 or 100 years from now? Are our current sprawling megacities going to seem small and quaint by comparison? Take a moment and think about the most populous place you've ever personally visited. Remember the sheer volume of the crowds, the thrumming energy of the streets. Try using the word populous to describe that memory to someone today. Does your own hometown feel desolate by comparison, or is it a populous hub of its own? Keep these questions in mind as you navigate our increasingly crowded world. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.